Have you ever felt like your life is happening to you instead of with you? Yep, that was me. I was reading all these self-help books and watching tons of productivity videos, but still feeling stuck. So I decided to do something radical. But before we start, hey friends, welcome back. Or if you're new here, hi, I'm Mahmoud, and this is the space where we talk all the things self-improvement, personal growth, and geek out over books that actually change lives. I started this channel because I believe small changes, inspired by big ideas, lead to massive transformations. Whether it's a quote that hit you at the right time or a habit that finally sticks, I'm here to share my journey with you. So if this resonates with you, I'd love to have you here. And today I'm sharing something I have never done before. I tracked my life for 30 days. Every habit, every mood, every moment. And what happens when we stop guessing and start measuring? And actually, what I discovered surprised me. This video is my honest journey. What I tracked, how it changed me, and how you can use tracking to start taking control over your life. So let's dive in. Why I started tracking. I have always loved books like Atomic Habits, The Compound Effect, and Digital Minimalism. They are full of wisdom, practical, inspiring, and honestly, life-changing. But I realized that I was consuming more than I was applying. I would read a chapter, feel motivated, maybe journal about it, and then go back to my usual routine. It was like I was collecting ideas, but not integrating them. And then I started to feel frustrating. I wasn't seeing the growth that I expected, even though I was doing all the right things. I was feeling overwhelmed by my to-do list, distracted constantly by my phone, emotionally flat, like I wasn't really experiencing my days, just surviving them. I'd finish a day and think, what did I even do today? I knew I was busy, but I wasn't sure if I was being intentional, and that is when it hit me hard. Maybe I needed to stop guessing and start measuring. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. That quote from Atomic Habits actually hit me hard. I realized that I had goals, dreams, and even a vision for the person I wanted to become, but I didn't have systems. I didn't have a way to track whether I was moving forward or just spinning in circles. So I decided to experiment my life for 30 days. I would track my life, not just tasks or productivity, but even mood, sleep, screen time, journaling, and everything shaped my day. I wanted to turn my life into data, not to become a robot, but to become aware, to see the patterns, the habits, the emotional rhythms that I had been blind to. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I just wanted clarity. How I tracked. I didn't want this to feel like a chore. I wanted tracking to be simple, intuitive, and something I could actually stick with. I didn't want it to be digital at first. I wanted to be something I could physically hold and flip through and to connect with. So I grabbed a simple notebook and made it my tracking journal. Each morning, I would grab my notebook and jot down a few things. How I slept the night before, what my mood felt like, tired, anxious, calm, focused, whether I journaled or meditated, any intentions I had for the day. And at night, I'd come back to it and write down how the day actually went, my screen time estimate, what I accomplished, a short reflection, sometimes just a sentence, sometimes a whole page. I didn't use fancy templates or trackers, just pen and paper. And honestly, that made it feel more personal and more grounded, like I was having a conversation with myself. I also added a weekly review. Every Friday, I would flip through the week and ask, what patterns am I noticing? What drained me? What lifted me up? What do I want to change next week? And this simple notebook became more than just a tracker. It became a mirror where I could actually see myself clearly without judgment. And the more I wrote, the more I understood what was going on beneath the surface. What I learned. This part blew me away. Within just a few weeks, I started seeing patterns that explained so much about my energy, focus, and emotional state. I realized on days I journaled, my mood was consistently better. High screen time almost always led to poor sleep. My productivity dipped mid-week, not because I was lazy, but because I wasn't resting enough. And here is the thing. I wasn't guessing. I had proof. I could look at my week and say, this what is working, and this is what is draining me. That kind of clarity is so powerful. The lesson is, it made me feel like I was finally in the driver's seat of my life, instead of just reacting to whatever came my way. What I changed. Once I saw the patterns, I couldn't unsee them. I started making small changes. I set screen time limits, not because I had to, but because I wanted better sleep. I made journaling a non-negotiable part of my day. And I started planning midweek break recharge before burnout hit. And guess what? These weren't massive life overhauls. They were tiny changes, but they added up. My mood improved. My sleep got deeper. I felt more present and more alive. It wasn't becoming a productivity machine. It was about becoming more me, more intentional, and more aware. Why you should try it. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of why your days feel off, tracking might be the key. You don't need fancy tools. You don't need to track everything. Just start with something that matters to you. Because when you start measuring, you start noticing. And when you start noticing, you start changing. Awareness is the first step to transformation. And this is not about control, it's about clarity. And clarity leads to freedom. Tracking my life for 30 days didn't make me perfect, but it made me more present. And that is a win. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just curious, try tracking for a week. You might be surprised by what you learn. Let me know in the comments below what you want to track first. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a reset. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you in the next time. Bye.